Hello and welcome back to Boss by Bronte. I'm so excited to be here today, so excited to be on the mic, and so excited to share a little bit more value with you on this channel. So today I'm really talking about how to start to increase your offerings as a social media manager, especially if you've got big goals to, hit some really big financial milestones this year. You're really wanting to build your business and brand. You're wanting to increase your offerings and you're wanting to make your offerings a little bit more valuable. So we're going to be focusing on content creation packages as a social media manager today and how you can start to introduce them to your clients and to your offering suite to build your own business and brand. So before we get into this, I need to be super clear that you, as a social media manager, do not need to offer content creation. It is not a standard part of the industry that you absolutely have to be doing. Can it open opportunities? Absolutely. Can it add a lot of value? Absolutely. But if you are a social media manager who does not want to offer content at all, you can partner with a content creator, which we'll talk about a little bit today, or you can just simply not offer it. If you only want to offer management to clients where you are sourcing content from them or from another source and you are doing the captions, doing the feed, doing everything else and posting it, and that is your role and that is all you want to do, you absolutely can do that and still be a really high-powered, high-paid social media manager. It just means you're going to be targeting different types of clients and your packages are going to look very different. But I do just want to preface that you can still do that, because I know that in an industry like this, it's so easy to get caught up in this sort of like imposter syndrome, like not knowing what the industry standards are, not knowing what you are allowed to do and not allowed to do. So I just wanted to give you that little bit of confidence. If you are in that boat, you don't have to, but I still would listen to today's episode to see if it does change your mind a little bit about that, because there is so many benefits that you can get from introducing content to your packages. So let's jump into it. So some of the ways that this can add so much value is that obviously, firstly, in 2025, it is becoming a bigger part of the industry and is becoming a bigger expectations of clients when they are partnering with social media managers, that they will be the ones who are recording, editing, and posting the content, and that is part of their packages, at least as an option. But I really just want to talk about, for you and your business for a moment, what the value of offering this as part of your offering suite can be. So number one, you are increasing your business offer value. So this is the value that you are delivering to your clients when you partner with them. You are able to actually increase what that looks like when you introduce content. You are increasing what it means to partner with you versus anyone else, because you will have a unique content style. You will have a way to deliver it based on what the strategy is that you've defined together, and you will increase the value of what you are actually giving to that business, especially if they've never done any kind of content before. It's going to be incredible to see what actually happens when they have an expert and a specialist jumping in and creating content and posting that and aligning that with the strategy. So you're increasing the value of what you are offering your clients. You can get better client results, obviously, because you are actually directing, what the strategy looks like, but then creating the content to align with that strategy. And what I really mean by that is anyone who has ever managed an account before where you've relied on content from the client has probably received one of those files that is like really sketchy, really bad quality. The audio is terrible. It's like blurry. The angles are wrong. The dimensions are wrong. There's so many things that can go wrong when a client is sending you content. And that is going to directly impact the results that you're getting if it is not high quality content, it's not aligned with the strategy. So by taking control of that and taking control of the entire process from strategy to content to posting to optimization, you are able to get them better results. The flip side of that is that you can actually then keep your clients longer because you are getting better results for them. So having that client retention is increased, which also helps you build and grow your business. You can attract new clients much more easily, and this is really just based on the visual aspect of what content creation is and how that can build your portfolio. So if people are seeing on your feed all of this incredible content that you're creating for clients, as well as things like case studies, as well as, your own personal branding and everything else you're currently posting, but they can visually see exactly what it looks like to partner with you and what they could expect for their brand, it's obviously going to help you attract new clients more easily as well, which means less time dedicated to chasing leads, less time dedicated to, really trying to push the sale because they're already a little bit pre-sold on your brand. So it can definitely help you grow your business in that capacity as well. It can actually open a whole new revenue stream for you as well. And I'll explain that because firstly, obviously you can bulk up your current packages. So let's say your packages right now are like $1,000. When you include content creation, let's say they jump to $2,000 or $2,500. Firstly, you are obviously making more off each individual package, but that actually means to hit your financial goals, you need less clients. So if your packages are $1,000, to hit $10,000, you need 10 clients. That's a lot of reporting, a lot of management, a lot of, DMs and emails and monthly meetings and edits and all the rest of it. That is a lot to manage. Whereas when you're including content and you have that slightly higher package price, let's say you're, doing 2,000, you only need 5 clients, and that is a lot easier to manage. Even though they're bigger packages that you're delivering, you still have a smaller amount of clients that you're delivering that on to hit that same financial goal of $10,000. So it's really amazing for that. But that's just looking at what it would look like to add content to their current social media management packages that you're already offering. Where it actually introduces a whole new revenue stream is in 2 ways. Number one is if you're doing ongoing just content packages. So you can literally go and record a client for, say, 3 hours a month, get them a bunch of content, either send them the raw content or do some edits and deliver that content to them as well. And that is the entirety of your partnership. You're actually not doing any of the actual management. You are just doing ongoing content retainer with them. So that is a whole new offering that if you're not doing content, you can introduce. The other new service that you would be introducing is project content. So this could be things like behind the scenes, if they're doing a photo shoot, it could be events, it could just be a one-off kind of content shoot that they want to do in a cafe, capture some B-roll for them, things like that. So by introducing content, you are actually expanding your offering in more ways than one, and that can be really, really valuable to appeal to different types of clients and be able to build your brand in that way. I'm loving talking about content today because the reason I chose this topic is it is what we covered for the month inside the Boss Clubhouse. So this is my new membership for social media managers, and we deep dove into this topic. We had guest speakers, we had workshops, we had trainings where we really looked at what it would look like to introduce content creation, defining those packages, defining those processes, and everything else that kind of goes into it. So I'm really sharing a bit of a sample of some of the topics that we covered in there. And I think it is such a big, powerful space that needs to be, expanded on and explored a little bit more. So I'm really glad that I can be delivering this to you today. If you do want any more information on that, or you want to access any of those trainings, shoot me a DM on Instagram at _academy__, and I can definitely give you a little bit more information on that. So what I wanted to touch on with this episode as well is, what if you are like, okay, cool, content sounds amazing. It sounds like it could build my brand. It sounds like it's got a lot of value for what I'm doing and for my clients and for my business. But my clients are not local. A lot of social media managers, and it is absolutely one of the benefits of being in this space, is that you can have clients anywhere. When I was running my agency, I had international clients everywhere. And that is a benefit of, having the freedom and being able to target them. But when it comes to content creation, definitely understand if you're like, how on earth am I meant to deliver and add this in, if that is the case. Secondly, if you're like, okay, I, want my clients to have content, but I personally do not want to offer it. I just don't enjoy doing the content side of things, or maybe you're just, not feeling confident in your skill set around it just yet. What you can do is partner with a content creator. And this is a really incredible space as well, because we're seeing a lot of alignments between social media managers and content creators, especially when it comes to kind of ongoing clients. So an example of what that could look like, to keep it really simple, is let's say you have a client and you do 3 posts for them a week, and based on, what they're looking for, 2 of those are meant to be reels and then 1 of those is a carousel. You're happy to do the carousel, but with the 2 reels, you really don't want to be going out and capturing that content. Now, this applies if they're in your city or they're international. The main thing that you need to do is find the right content creator and partner with them on, a single project to start with, to make sure that you both align, their quality is good, you're happy with the way they work and communicate and everything else. But once you've found a content creator that is in the area that you need to be delivering this for, you can organize them to actually go and capture the content. So your role as the social media manager should still be defining the strategy, defining what the messages of that content are, looking at, what actually needs to be delivered that month, but then sending that brief to the content creator who will go out, capture the content, edit the content if you, also don't want to do the editing, and send it to you for you to add to that schedule and get approvals from your client. So if your package is, let's say, $1,200, You may negotiate that with the content creator based on how long they're going to be on location for. So if they're filming for 2 to 3 hours, they may have a package price for that. And then they're normally going to charge you to edit a certain amount of reels as well. So it might be something like $50 an edit or $100 an edit, depending on the type of reel or TikTok video that it is. Normally that will vary by something that's super simple, like a B-roll video, versus something that is like a talking heads, talking to camera style video, which takes a little bit more editing. But these are the conversations that you can have with that content creator in order to get them to deliver on that package. You do want to obviously be conscious of things like your agreements, make sure that this is covered by your clients and they understand that you are partnering with someone to deliver that content aspect, whether that's covered in your contracts, like I said, or in a direct conversation with the client. But this is a really powerful way to get around the fact that either, they're not local to you or you actually don't want to do content yourself. It means that you can still add that value to your business and, support someone else's business and build up your business by starting to partner with other creatives, but still deliver that value to your clients. So I'm going to finish it off by just giving you a little quick tip into what it looks like if you are going to start offering a new service. And this kind of covers like a lot of new services that you might be looking at in social media management. As you start to expand in the space, often you start to look at other things that you can add into your offering suite, whether that's graphic design, whether that's websites, whether that's ads. There's always different areas that you can expand into when it comes to your offering. So the first thing that you're going to do is invest time in learning that skill. Like I said, it is really important that you actually invest the time into it and you don't just go, I guess I could give this a go. There's so many different resources of where you can learn content creation to a really high level. So you definitely want to invest time in that. The next thing that you want to do is reach out to a few brands, whether they're current clients or whether they are new brands or contacts or friends or anything else, and offer them either a free or a heavily discounted package, understanding that this is mutually beneficial. This is beneficial to you because you get to test your processes, you get to test your skills, you get to have a play on the camera in a real life setting. They, on the other hand, get, some free content, whether it's the highest standard or not. That is why you are offering that discounted price. You don't want to learn a new skill and then all of a sudden be charging premium prices for something that you haven't even tested or played with. So you can reach out, do that, offer that, give them that content, and that's also going to be the base for your portfolio where you can start marketing this service. The next thing I would do, depending on how confident you are in it, but let's say you've approached a few friends, you've done that sort of lower discounted rate, you have delivered it to them, they're happy, you are, using that as portfolio. You can also offer a slightly discounted offer to some of your first clients as well and be really open and honest with them that this is a new offer for you and that it is something that you're still building your skills in. Because of that, for the first 3 months, you're willing to do a cheaper price on it, or you're willing to do it discounted while you're sort of defining what that actually looks and feels like. Once you're beyond that, you can charge full price, you can jump straight into it, and you're going to have a great portfolio in order to actually offer that. And you're also going to have, the confidence and skills to back that up. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please let me know. I would love a DM from you at _academy_ on Instagram, and I will see you in the next one.